Reach for the sky, boy.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to another episode of the Four Corners Podcast, right here on the Four Corners Network. This is where we get the F in. I am one of your co-hosts, John Punn. That is Kris Rex, my best friend. How we doing today?
We are excellent and improving every goddamn day. Especially with this podcast. Last week there was an episode. For those who did have the chance to watch it for the fucking 2 hours that it was up. We did have an episode last week. We ran into some problems. Me and Punn were originally recording it, and then my computer took a shit. And then I wound up having to do it solo because Punn was sick. So, yeah, I wound up trying to do something different with, showing highlights of what was happening on Raw and NXT, and we got taken down by WWE once again.
We couldn't even do that.
And I thought, there would be nothing wrong with that, showing some highlights, but we got taken down. But what's funny to me, I was just thinking while I was making the iced tea,
I think my cup is cracked. By the way.
Really?
I got a puddle of silver right here on the fucking desk. And I'm trying to see where it's coming from.
God damn.
Yeah,
I think one of my cups is fucking cracked too. But I was thinking, we did the watch-alongs and didn't get taken down at all. We watched full matches and full events and didn't get taken down. But I show highlights and we got taken down. So I don't. I guess that idea is, null and void there. It's just mind-boggling how we could do the watch-along. So maybe because we were talking over it,
Yep.
But yeah, I'm trying to upload that episode so that I'll probably have 2 episodes go up this week. But yeah, there's some stuff to talk about. Rey Mysterio, Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
I called it. And the Great Muta, which that one is kind of surprising me because I get it. He's a pioneer in wrestling, but he never really did anything with WWE. He was with WCW and NWA, but I really don't think any American promotions really did him right. You know what I mean? Thank you for that. And it's funny, we were talking about Great Muta on a previous episode with his retirement and what he said, and we thought he was going to get canceled, and fuck, it's Great Muta. Can't cancel him, I guess.
Rumor has it, this Hall of Fame's women's inductee is going to be Stacy Keibler. What do you think about that one?
I have fond memories of Stacy Keibler as a kid.
I don't know about the legs.
She's got legs. Hell yeah. When she was with the Dudley Boys, that was a nice pairing. Starting off, I remember being a kid and thinking Stacy Keibler with the Dudley, but the way they played it out, man, that was such a great gimmick.
Yeah, it was. Definitely was.
And also, she goes back to WCW too.
Yeah, she does.
And so she's really had a long career when you think about it.
She's been around the block.
Yeah. So we have Mysterio, Muta, and now the rumor of Stacy Keibler. Who else is gonna pop in here? Who's gonna be another inductee?
There's definitely going to be another. I just don't know who's going to be.
Well, I know. You were thinking Umaga. And that would be great for the family.
Have a tag team also.
Tag teams. Because I think we're missing a lot of tag teams in the Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
We are.
We sure are.
I mean, I would like to see, now this is far out, This is out there. The Hardys. I would like to see that. I mean, obviously, it's not going to happen this year.
I doubt they'll be anytime soon, though.
But I mean, just because they're in, AEW, I mean, they're WWE Hall of Famers. They're definitely shoo-ins.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
So I'm intrigued to see what we're gonna have this year in the Hall of Fame. I really am. Let's talk about a little bit of NXT Roxanne Perez on last week's episode again, which I'm gonna be trying to upload. We seen her fall and kind of pass out after her match, defending her belt. And I had talked about whether this is a work or not, and well, we found out that they are working it, but there is something going on with her, and that's why they are doing this match for the Women's Championship, the NXT Women's Championship. So I hope whatever is going on, she recovers from, and whether it's mental, whether it's physical, but she definitely has a bright future, and I hope it's not anything too serious to where it's like we're not going to see her again, because that would be really tragic for a young talent.
It definitely would be.
Something else that I've been wondering is, where's Bray Wyatt WrestleMania season?
I heard he went home.
The rumors is that he's been pulled from WrestleMania. You're hearing he went home. I don't know. Well, what the hell is going on, man? I guess are we ever going to see the whole story of Uncle Howard and where this was going? Because I would have thought for sure WrestleMania.
I heard that the match is still long, but he just went home.
it's just like he just went home.
That's it.
That's just. I mean, I don't know what to think. I don't know about that one. That's just like WrestleMania season. That's just in the air. Let's talk a little bit about WrestleMania. WrestleMania. It's 2 weeks away. We're gonna have some coverage of that live with our WrestleMania live watch along. Mikey D is gonna be joining us for night 1.
Mikey D.
Yeah, he's the winner of the last contest.
I
got you this time.
You sure fucking did.
So we're gonna be joined by Mikey D. We know some of the matches that are gonna be happening. We've been talking about it probably since the start of this podcast. Rey Mysterio and Dom, father versus son, 1-on-1. Rey Mysterio going in the Hall of Fame. I think that's it. I think it's over for Rey Mysterio, and I don't mean that in like a bad way. I mean, he's going in the Hall of Fame. We're ending on a good note, putting his son over.
Yep, that's what's gonna happen. That's exactly what's gonna happen. Rey's gonna put him over.
We've got Bianca Belair defending her belt against yes, nobody's ready for Asuka. We now have this kind of Kana thing going on with her. I love
Asuka. She's been one of my favorite female wrestlers for a while.
You love her promos.
And I love her promos. Better believe it. You better believe it.
We also have Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, the big main event, right? Everyone's talking about that. I 100% think Cody is going to win that. Where does Sami Zayn fall in WrestleMania?
Him and Kevin Owens versus the Usos. That's what it looks like.
I did hear a fan theory. This is a fan booking. I seen it on Twitter. That what if for night 2 they did Sammy, Kevin Owens and Cody versus Roman and the Usos.
That'll be interesting.
Because if Cody's winning both belts, at WrestleMania. Well, what does that do for night 2?
They got to split the belt.
Or night 1, or however they're doing it.
They need each show to have a belt already.
Yeah, and it's like Roman Reigns don't even show up on Raw. It's it's like they had this big match to build, and Roman Reigns hasn't even been on Raw with Cody. Like, how much interaction have they had?
Only on SmackDown.
What other matches we got, Punn?
All right. From the rumors that I'm hearing right now, the main event of night 1 is going to be Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley. That's
Nice.
what I'm hearing right now.
Nice.
So the women are going to get to main event night 1.
All right. I like it. I'm with it.
And yeah, Rhea Ripley's worked her ass off. She deserves it.
Hell yeah. She's definitely like I've said on previous episodes. She came into it. She came into her own. She's found herself. She's comfortable in what she's doing now, and I think it's going to be Rhea's moment.
Yeah.
Mania.
Yeah, I think they're giving it to her.
Yeah.
I don't see why not. You know, might as well.
Now, something I want to kind of bring up, because we've talked about it, even the Hurt Business.
They're hurt.
You think we're gonna see it?
I don't know. Maybe without Bobby Lashley. If we see it, I think it's gonna be MVP with Omos, the Street Profits, and maybe Carmelo.
Yeah, I like that idea. Speaking of Omos, we got Omos versus Brock Lesnar. People are shitting on it. People are shitting on it, bro.
Approved of this match.
And this is what people are shitting on it.
Yeah, and Brock Lesnar is the one that approved the match. He didn't want to face Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
He turned down the match for Bray Wyatt.
Well, I think a lot of people are gonna be eating their words. Will come WrestleMania. I think we've been slowly seeing Omos break out. I mean, we popped when we seen him with the gear at Royal Rumble. We both popped for that. I mean, he's starting to get into it, and now I think working with Lesnar's going to bring the best out of him, and the fact that Lesnar wants to work with him.
Yeah.
Like, he had a choice between Bray Wyatt and him, and he's like, I'll take Omos.
We got Hell in a Cell match. Finn Balor versus Edge. And they're supposed to be the Demon and Brood Edge.
I like that. I'm with it.
Right? That's going to be dope.
Do you think this is the end of the feud?
I don't know. Possibly. It's been going on long enough.
Because I was hearing rumors, again, this is just rumors, of Edge kind of forming his own little thing.
That would be cool. But he already did that.
Well, he tried to do it.
All right. So also we have here Logan Paul versus Seth Rollins.
Yes. I'm telling you, that's gonna steal the show.
That's gonna steal the show. For sure.
And I like the way they built that last week.
Yep. That was I didn't see any wrestling this week.
Neither did I.
I didn't see Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, nothing.
I just see bits and pieces of whenever I am on social media. So
we got Damage Control taking.
Oh yes, Trish Stratus, Lita, and Becky. Yeah, and I heard a little rumor about that. I heard Trish Stratus is going to turn on Becky.
That'll be dope.
And that's going to lead to a match at SummerSlam.
That'll be dope.
I'm all for that. I'm all for Becky versus Trish.
We got Gunther versus Sheamus and Drew McIntyre.
Yeah. Everyone's been talking about hopefully they make it the triple threat. It's going to be the triple threat. They've been kind of holding it down for I would say the last year.
So from what it looks like, we're gonna have a 4-way tag team match.
Mm-hmm.
The Viking Raiders versus Braun and Ricochet versus Alpha Academy versus the Street Profits.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking here. Then we have a women's showcase. That's called Men's WrestleMania Showcase Fatal 4-Way, and it's a tag team match.
Okay.
Then you got Women's WrestleMania Showcase Fatal 4-Way, and it's a singles match with only 2 people announced: Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan.
But it's a singles match, you said?
Yes, Fatal 4-Way. Fatal 4-Way.
Singles match, you just said?
Singles, yeah. Not,
I got you. I was just like that. I got you.
The women's is singles.
I got you.
And only 2 women announced.
Because when you said a singles, and then you're like, there's only 2 announced, I'm like, yeah, that's a singles match, 2 people.
All we have left is, I think another show steal is going to be, John Cena versus Austin
Theory. Yes. We're going to see the passing of the torch, I think. And like I said, I think it means more for Austin Theory to win than it does for John Cena. And I think we're going to see that throughout all of this WrestleMania, this year's WrestleMania. We're going to see a lot of the legends or the veterans now passing the torch. We're going to see Charlotte pass the torch to Rhea. We're going to see, it's not really a passing of the torch, but we're going to see Roman, losing to Cody. We're going to see Dom beating Ray. I think we may see, I don't know, is Omos going to beat Lesnar?
I would hope so.
That would be a shocker.
I would hope so.
That would be it.
Push him. If he's ready for the push him.
Yeah. So, let's talk a little AEW here. First thing, Saraya, formerly known as Paige, actually got fined for saying twat on television. Which I think she got fined and had to apologize. And I mean, I don't think. And apparently, put up her middle finger. Did this. And AEW apparently has a rule no throwing the middle finger at the crowd and no body shaming the crowd. Which I'm like, oh come on, man! Like now we're making fucking wrestling a bubble. It's this little bubble where so wait, you the fans can heckle you and do whatever, but you can't body shame them. You can't talk down to them.
Nope.
The fuck. The whole heel is supposed to fucking work off of fucking making the crowd hate them. What the fuck? I just think there was no need to fine her for saying twat to twat. Punn, you gonna find me? Twat. Cunt. Oh, I said cunt. Oh man. There we go. Here we go. So I just think a rule like that is just fucking petty. We also have some news with the House Rules events that we talked about, that they were going to do their own house shows. But Moxley was pulled from an indie event that he was booked for, that he actually wanted to do. And he was pulled so that he could work the first house show. And he's not really happy about it.
Well,
I mean, the guy was already booked. You know what happened? His business. Well, he's already booked. You allowed the booking, and now because you now want to do house shows, you're going to pull him from that booking, which you're kind of fucking the other company. Because there's other companies promoting Jon Moxley. And now probably people who are going to the show to see Jon Moxley are not going to see Jon Moxley. It's not good for the small guy, the mom and pop.
Yep, that's going to be crazy.
We in some indie news. We've got Outlaw Wrestling announced yesterday that they're going to be their April event, April 13th, I believe it is going to be streamed live on Rolling Stone Magazine's Twitch account.
That's some interesting shit.
Especially for an indie company, like Rolling Stone is one of the most popular or most recognized magazines, entertainment magazines, and for them to link up, this is awesome. Shout out to Bull James and his team for getting it. However they got this to happen, this is big. We've kind of seen this now with indie wrestling. GCW doing I think they did the Warp Tour or some other festivals. WWE did the Rolling Loud Festival. You're starting to see it now. Like wrestling is kind of becoming that. It's this cool thing now again.
Yeah.
And that's pretty cool. So that's dope for Outlaw Wrestling. And Outlaw Wrestling is actually going to be partnering up with Wrestling Is Now, which we'll be talking about that next. Is going to be teaming up with Wrestling Is Now in May to bring a show to Long Island, New York. And I believe at that show we're going to be crowning they're going to be crowning the first Wrestling Is Now champion. And the match, Punn, I'm gonna bring up.
It's going to be a 10-man match.
Yes, and then the final
match where
the final.
It's a fatal 4-way match where anybody can tag anybody.
Oh no! Yes,
where
yes.
It's wrestled as a fatal 4-way.
Yes.
1-4 to the victory.
Yes. Doesn't that remind you of something funny?
Yeah, it does.
When I read that, I was like, "Oh man."
Slightly.
Yeah, but I was like, you know what? That's a crazy fucking idea. That's a crazy fucking idea. It's innovative, bro. Hopefully the match goes. We know when there's ideas like this going on, sometimes the matches don't really go. No, I think this is gonna be something different, and a lot of people have taken Joel's ideas in the past for matches. The 5-star match, the 5-way match. No one was really doing 5-way matches. FSW started doing the 5-star match, where every match there would be the 5-star matches, and the winners of those matches, that's who determined who's gonna go for the Primero Championship.
I remember that.
So here we go again. We have another innovative match, the Crown of Champion. I like that idea. It's suicide. I don't want to throw that name out there, but
that's what it reminds us of.
But it does remind us of our little idea we had. But yeah, speaking of Wrestling Is Now, 2 weeks, March 31st, the Mecca in Ridgefield Park, New Jersey. Wrestling Is Now. We're gonna pull up some of those matches now. That they have booked for Wrestling Is Now. The Big Fight. We're gonna have Chavo Guerrero on the card. All right. There's gonna be a lot of talent you may or may not have heard of. All right. So March 31st, we're gonna have a Super 6 qualifier match. So remember, we were just talking about the 5-star match. Now we have the Super 6 qualifier match, which the winner of this match is going to be guaranteed a spot in the Fatal Elimination match on May 18th. And solidifying their place against 9 other men to become the first win heavyweight champion. We're going to have Jorge Serrano, Jacko, Adrian Santos, Johnny Rambo, Greg Jones, and Ellis Taylor. Now, some of these names are familiar to us, man. Adrian Santos, Greg Jones, George Serrano, Johnny Rambo, who are 2 guys that are kind of newer students of Joel. Opportunity of a lifetime here. Notice there's no big name in that card. You know what I mean? It's so this who they're gonna have in the Fatal Elimination is it definitely got me intrigued. We also have the SAT versus the Miracle Ones versus CMD in a 3-way trio scramble match. 9 men, no tags, scramble rules. Punn, what the fuck?
Crazy ass matches. Crazy ass ideas.
You know what's funny? is in a way it pays a homage to where Joel and Jose came from, because in Ring of Honor when they started, they were part of a lot of scramble matches and multi-man matches, and that's kind of how they had to get their name out, was showing what they can do with 4, 5, 6 other men, 7 other men in the matches. So this is kind of a homage to like where they came from, and I noticed there's just a lot of multi-man, and a lot of innovation.
A lot of innovation.
No tags, scramble rules. Whoa, bro, that's
That's gonna be a clusterfuck.
yeah, right.
That's gonna be a clusterfuck.
Oh fuck. We have the Greek god Papadon.
Papa Don, I remember him.
So we got Papadon going against Chris Cage. Again, 2 names we're familiar with. So the Greek god Papadon, Chris Cage. They've definitely crossed paths before. This is gonna be kind of in my head right now. This is like a throwback to them FSW days, man.
Yep. That's gonna be a dope match.
Yes. All right, we have PJ Savage versus Joey Conway versus Hamlet Hurts You. I love his name.
Hurts You.
Joey Conway is fucking. I'm telling you, he's somebody you want to keep your eye on. He's his promos, his in-ring work, his style, he's got this it factor about him. PJ Savage has been tearing it up, and Hurts You has been making his name out there. So again, these are like 3 young guys who trying to make a name for themselves, and I noticed that's the trend on this card. You're going to see a lot of people who are trying to make a name for themselves. We have Mr. Main Event, Salvatore Savelli versus Young Glory Brando Lee. I know Salvatore Savelli from literally, I worked him at the first Win show in our little multi-man match. So me and him, we had a little spot together, and I think he's another one to keep your eye on, another New York talent to keep your eye on. He's been traveling a bit more now. Him and Brando Lee, another up and comer. I think they're gonna tear it up. I think everybody on this card is gonna have that goal of like stealing the show. We have the formation of the new Backseat Boys.
New Backseat Boys.
That's right. Johnny Kashmere will be with the Graysons. And that's the new Backseat Boys. They will be taking on the Audacity. This is going to be I believe the debut of the new Backseat Boys.
Yep.
And they're a team I have my eye on. So yeah, well, I can't wait to see that match again. Tag teams. I think this is the second tag team match, right? Because we have the second. We have the SAT, CMD, the multi-man, and we have the new Backstreet Boys versus the Audacity. Before the event, we have Joselito the Puppet live from 6:30 to 7:45 p.m. At the big fight. They're going to be doing comedy shows before the event. This is going to be amazing. So Joselito's show is going to start at 6:30 to 7:45. General admission is $25 with 1 drink included for the comedy. The VIP package is $40, includes 1 drink and your ticket to the event, which will start at 8 p.m. So you can go get your tickets at Eventbrite. Wrestling is now the big fight. Search that on Eventbrite. I'll post a link up in our descriptions. But yeah, so March 31st is gonna be good. We were actually invited down by Joel, Jose, and Will to come down and do some media with them. So we're going to be posting content throughout that day, whatever we can and whoever we can speak to. So if you've got questions for any of the talent on there, send it to us and let us know. However you on the comments, personally message us, message the Facebook or hit us up on Twitter. And if there's anyone you want us to talk to, any questions you want us to ask, if you have hard-hitting questions, give it to us, and we'll try to make it happen for you guys.
Word. Let us know.
I think that's really all we have for them today, Punn.
Yeah, I think so.
So on behalf of Mr. John Punn and myself, I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in to the Four Corners podcast on the Four Corners Network. If you want to stay updated on everything we're doing here on the Four Corners Network, you can find us above our heads at Four Corners Net. That's at number 4 Corners Net. If you want to find me on all social media platforms, you can do so at Rex Wrestles. That's at REX Wrestles. Punn, let them know where they can find you.
You guys can only find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at John Punn. That's JON, no HPUNN. Look us up, hit us up, tell us what you want to hear.
Once again, thanks to each and every one of you for making this show a success. This is our 22nd episode. So again, thank you for keeping us running week after week. As always, here on the Four Corners Network, we like you to get the F in. And as always, be excellent to each other. And Punn, keep supporting pro wrestling.
Pro wrestling.
Reach for the sky, boy.